What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover StatCast Relics. Now, before I get into my basic explanation and interpretation of StatCast Relics and how to use them, I highly recommend checking out the Dev Diary on the MCOC website, the official Play Contest of Champions website. The Dev Diary goes over all the information for StatCast Relics that you would need, some things that changed, like some visual information, and everything that you would need to know in more detail in written form. So I highly recommend you check that out in the official Marvel Contest of Champions website, the Play Contest of Champions site, where you would go to like the store and stuff, the Summoners Market. That's where that is. So StatCast Relics, they are here and they are new. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of StatCast Relics. I spent a couple thousand units to get myself some StatCast Relic crystals, lots of 5 stars, a decent amount of 6 stars, and actually a handful of 7 stars as well. I think in total I spent almost 4,000 units on a combination of the 5-star StatCast Relic crystals and then a couple of the Valiant ones. And I definitely recommend going for the 5-star ones for the Alliance event specifically. I know Seaton made a video on the Alliance event. Seaton is in my Alliance, so that's, why we all benefited so much from Seaton's strategy of spending the threshold of 1,600 points in the Alliance event to get that additional rebirth token, as well as reaching the final milestone, which you don't have to do to get like ranked rewards. But as an Alliance, we decided that that's what we wanted to do, so we all spent a couple thousand units, and we really benefited because we all have so many StatCast relics now, like so many. Lots of 6 stars. I have 4 7-star relics. Most of them are like some of the like ones that I wanted the most. I'm still looking for like a Hulkling relic as a 7-star, a Prowler relic as well, but I mean all 4 of them are definitely like top tier, like have their uses for sure. Stark Spidey benefits a lot from Iron Man for the additional crit. Bullseye for Nick Fury is so great, and then Dazzler with the Magneto one is awesome. So let me explain like what StatCast relics are, how they're different, how many of them there are in total in terms of like per character, and what to expect with StatCast relics at least right now. So, to explain it in the simplest way possible, StatCast relics and their characters individually. Every character in the StatCast Relic series right now has 5 versions of their stats. So there's 5 versions of the Magneto StatCast Relic. Each of those 5 versions exists in every rarity. So there's 5 7-star Magneto relics, there's 5 6-star Magneto relics, and there's 5 5-star Magneto relics. So as you can see, I have 2 of the 6-star Hulking ones out of 5. I have 2 of the 6-star Jack-O-Lantern ones out of 5. I have 2 of the Iron Man ones out of 5. I have plenty of the Destroyer 5-star ones. I have plenty of the Magneto 5-star ones. There's 5 versions of each relic, and each relic has the 5 versions in each rarity. So 5 7 stars, 5 6 stars, 5 5 stars, etc., etc. That's like the easiest way to compartmentalize why there are more than one of the same relic, because they're not technically the same. It's the same character for each of the 5 relics, but there are different stats. So like perfect example right here. The Hulking relic, this is the piercing relic of blocking. So as you can see, the primary attribute is the armor penetration, the secondary attribute is the block proficiency. This other Hulking relic is the piercing relic of talent. So the primary attribute is the armor penetration, but the secondary attribute is special damage, not block proficiency. 5 versions of these relics with different secondary effects. All of the primary effects are the same. So like Bullseye's primary effect is precision. Iron Man's primary effect is the critical resistance. Hulkling's primary effect is the armor penetration. Prowler's primary effect is cruelty. The thing that changes for every other rarity of the relic is the secondary effect. So you can see Prowler has armor here, the other Prowler has energy resistance. That's sort of the like bulk of the complexity, is just realizing, okay, all of the relics have whatever relic it is. So let's talk about the Prowler relic. Every version of the Prowler relic has the same primary effect, just different potencies depending on rarity, awakened ability, etc. They all have the same primary effect. It's the secondary effect that you need to pay attention to, because that's going to determine who gets that relic. So someone like Future Ant-Man, who has a lot of armor, you give him armor, makes him even tankier. Someone like Sheilth, she blocks a lot, right? The critical radiant increase from Bullseye's Relic is the primary effect, whereas the armor is the secondary effect. So it increases or it decreases the damage she takes on block, on regular hits, etc., etc. Destroyer, his primary effect is the block proficiency. Secondary effect is armor. Armor is also technically like a block proficiency increase because it reduces damage. So if you need a champion who really blocks a lot, you're doing a lot of parry heavies, you're blocking special attacks, whatever the case may be, this combination of Relic for Destroyer is your best bet. Um, Another great example is another character with the block proficiency is Captain America. So Captain America Infinity War has the block proficiency primary stat focus, and then all the other secondary benefits are different, but armor is another one, which is great for Human Torch because you do block a lot with Human Torch, especially against Mystic champions. So block proficiency increases your overall block proficiency, and then armor reduces the damage you take from just hits in general because it's armor. So this is a great combination for characters who take a lot of blocked hits. Someone like Gentle has the prowess increase, the special damage from the Magneto Relic, and then energy resistance for fighting champions that would deal any sort of energy damage to Gentle. Soulvarch even, the critical resistance, which will be beneficial for defense as well, and then the energy resistance. Soulvarch consumes a lot of the energy damage he takes when fighting mutant champions or just energy champions in general. So having more energy resistance means he's taking less damage from all of that energy damage. So at the end of the day, these relics aren't necessarily complicated. The word I would use initially for a lot of people and what I've seen floating around is overwhelming because there's a lot of new relics, and that makes total sense. Like, you get like 30 new 5-star relics and like 10 new 6-star relics. It's very overwhelming to like pick and choose who gets what stat. And just, I want to let you know, just let you hear it from somebody else. There's no need to bind all of your relics right away. You can absolutely pick and choose the relics you want to bind right now and wait and hold off for potential new characters or new combinations that you want. There's no need to bind all of your relics right now. Like, look at me. I don't even have all of my 6-star and 5-star relics bound. I'm just holding off because there's no need for me to bind all these relics, especially the characters that I'm not necessarily going to be using as often, like 5 stars and maybe 6 stars who aren't max rank and ascended. They don't really need the relics, so I'd rather just wait until I get a brand new character as either a 6-star or a 7-star that needs a relic, and then voila, I have a plethora of different relics that I can combine them to. Plenty of the mutant relics, a lot of the Punisher relics, a lot of the skill ones. I even have a 6-star Punisher relic here that I'm holding off on because I don't need to use it right now. And that's the great part about this StatCast event that's going on right now. The relic event in general is you have access to so many relics from the relic like store where you can go and purchase the 5-star relics for 40 units, and then you combine that with the alliance event that's going on right now, and you can benefit so much. I mean, if you reach the 9th milestone by just buying those 5-star relics, you get another rebirth token. And as you work your way up there, you get some StatCast relic crystals. You get a 6-star StatCast relic by the end of it. Some 5-star relic awakening gem information, or not information, 5-star relic awakening gem crystals. Like 6 stone crystals and also the awakening gems themselves. You get just more and more relics. So spending a little bit of units in this event right now is very beneficial. Not only because you're getting all those brand new relics from buying the relic crystals, but you're benefiting from getting another rebirth token, which will probably lead you to getting 2 of the rebirth selectors if you keep up with the Crucible, the Alliance event, and then all the other like arena and then the calendar that's coming out soon. Go look at the graphic that is on the official MCOC page on the Twitter and on the other social media handles to find out all of that information of like where all the other tokens are coming from. But I believe you can get 5 for free, and then this would be the 6th one if you're willing to spend some units in the relic event. You can get 2 of the rebirth selectors and not just 1. So the relic event I think is incredible. I mean, I really do think it is like super beneficial to get relics now because who knows what their price valuation is going to look like in the future. So getting your hands on like a couple of really solid relics right now, even the 5-star ones are very worth it. Like even the 5-star StatCast relics are still super super solid. You know, the stat bonuses that they get obviously are not as strong as the 6 or the 7 star, but regardless, just having more 5-star relics with the combat power rate, the little bonuses of the stats might not be the most beneficial, like crazy, 30% block proficiency right off the bat. It's not at that level yet because these are still very low level relics, but even just getting more 5-star relics to build up to that point, getting them awakened, putting in the 6 zones, ranking them up, they're going to get stronger and stronger. And I can tell you from experience, 5-star relics are still incredibly powerful. I mean, look at some of the top champions I have here. Like, my Lumitrix has a 5-star Black Panther relic. My Guardian has a 5-star Hulkbuster relic. My Sentinel has a 5-star Sentinel relic. Kushala, 5-star Scarlet Witch relic. Spider-Woman and Photon both have 5-star relics. So I'm telling you right now, 5-star relics are still incredibly powerful. And to get your hands on a very vast amount of them for not a lot of units in total, even if you just spend a couple hundred units, you can buy 5-star relics crystals for 40 units a pop. 10 crystals is 400 units. That's less than one round of, like, one full round of arena. You can get 400 units in that easy. I'm pretty sure one arena itself, like one of the bigger arenas, like this the featured 6-star or the summoner trial arena, you can get like 3 or 400 units from just that milestone alone. So if you do that one time, you can get 10 5-star relics. I really do think it is an event to capitalize on because we don't know what these relics are going to look like in the future in terms of price valuation. So getting your hands on more relics now is just going to be to your benefit. So, in terms of binding the relics, I'm not going to go through and show you the best option for every single character because at the end of the day, there is no like best option. It's whatever option works for your roster and whatever option you have available to you. The relics are very straightforward, meaning like the stats are just right there for you. There's no complex like specific characters in the wording. There's no complexity surrounding like activating some of the benefits. The benefits are just there. It's, block proficiency, energy resistance. It's physical resistance and critical rating. That's it. So if you have a character that needs some more physical resistance and also some more critical rating, like Mantis, you give Mantis a Punisher relic with physical resistance and critical rating. And that's it. It's super simple. So there is a level of enhanced customizability. That's not a word. Enhanced customizable ability. There we go. Separate the words there. Enhanced customizable ability with these new relics because all you really need to do is figure out which relics you want on what characters. There's not a lot of nuance to them. They're very straightforward. They're very like in your face with the information. They're not hiding anything. They're not trying to like, confuse you with where you want to put the relics. It's just, hey, this is what this relic does. Find a character that would benefit from this, and that's it. So just have fun. Figure out what relics you want on your characters. Get a bunch of the 5-star relics, and if you get lucky, you can get some of the 6 stars and maybe even some of the 7 stars if you decide to pick up some of the Valiant relics from the store, or if you go into the web store and you buy some of the Valiant crystals and you can get a 7-star. So that's really it at the end of the day. These relics are very cool, they're very simple, and over time, they're just going to get more and more powerful. So I highly recommend checking out the Alliance event, and if you're interested in participating, buying the 5-star relic crystals is definitely the best way to maximize your points. So I recommend doing that, but of course, if you're just looking to get a couple of relics and not go super far in the Alliance event, you can obviously do that too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope it was informative for you. Again, please make sure to check out the dev diary on the StatCast Relics if you want more information on it. The dev diary is right here on the Play Contest of Champions news site. It's part of the just events information and stuff like that. Look up StatCast Relics in the search bar up there, and you'll be able to find it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please words are hard. Please consider subscribing and also hitting that like button. Both of those things are incredibly helpful for the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you could do that. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.